It's something that hits home across the country.
It's an ever-evolving beast.
An issue that weighs on the minds of every American. This week, we're in Oklahoma City talking about national security. This community knows the impact of a threat that we still face today. We're looking into the dangers of terrorism in America, both from the outside and within.
Children or kids, they don't know what they should and shouldn't be doing yet.
How national security has changed in the digital age and what needs to be done to keep us safe. This is The Race. Welcome to The Race. I'm Chris Stewart, and this week we're taking a look at the biggest threats that our country faces when it comes to national security. We're here in Oklahoma City where nearly 25 years ago, 168 people were killed when a bomb went off outside the federal building where this memorial now stands. It's a moment that's considered this community's darkest hour and one that changed the way we view terrorism nationwide. At the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum, you'll see a gate that reads 901, a time that represents an innocence.
It was a day like any other day.
Innocence that on April 19th, 1995,
I was a baby lawyer at my very first job.
vanished at 9:02. Melissa McLaughlin Houston was sitting at her desk that morning.
When you're that close, you actually don't hear a boom. The first indication that I had that anything was going on was just a rush of wind, just an unbelievable rush of wind.
She wasn't physically injured when the bomb went off in front of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building, but it left her in shock.
I just had this incredible sense of evil. Just something evil had happened.
Donna Weaver's life also changed that day. Her husband Mike was an attorney on the 8th floor.
He told his sons, told his sons every day that I love you.
He was a dedicated father and a coach.
His little phrase was, as he dropped him off from school, was, I love you and don't you ever forget it.
He's one of the 168 people killed.
And I could see that there was a giant chunk of the building missing.
Donna only worked 2 blocks from the explosion.
I had a voice in my head that said, be careful, be safe, you gotta take care of my boys.
2020 will mark 25 years since this domestic terror attack.
Nobody would have thought terrorism. I mean, back in 1995, that wasn't anything that anyone would have thought of.
Those responsible were Americans, fueled by a hate for the U.S. government.
It's important to continue to know what happened here and how it was done, and that it was done by 2 guys, really.
If you visit the memorial today, you'll find another gate, one that reads 903.
What people, I think, don't realize is how this event was such a fundamental shift for our country, in the way that 9/11 was a fundamental shift for our world.
A time that represents moving forward into a different world, a world born from a threat we still face today.
When you're tested by hate and by violence, we won't let that win.